action. Yeah, hello, this is Dave Longshot Phillips, aka Robin Hood. Just en route to Medicine Hat. Anyway, I need some footage for the campaign, so I'm gonna need the shades on to drive. Anyway, Medicine Hat's not a bad little town. It's like an oasis in the desert. And there's only one seat, Medicine Hat, and it's going to be mine because it has to be. I'm 46 years old, just about 47. My old man died at 47 years old. So I'm on my, I don't know, anyway, I always figured I was going to die early, but I'm still kicking. But I always had a purpose and I always was busy. And my dad accomplished more than 10 men in his life. And my mother is actually, she supported me on every endeavor, including this. It cost $500 to run in the campaign. And my mom has fronted it to me. She even uses the word front. But we will get it back. But anyway, hopefully we'll get about $126,000 paycheck on this deal. But I'm willing to give a minimum 20% back to the Salvation Army people in cash. I'll set up a deal where the guys that stay at the Salvation Army and the ladies will each get a little bit of cash every day, like $4 or $5 cash. So it'll cost me about $20,000 a year to run the charity for the people that are at the Salvation Army, because they get everything that they need except for cash money for a coffee. But the thing is, that I like to petition the Salvation Army to go back to the old way it used to be. Was they'd let you in at 6 o'clock and they'd feed you a home-cooked meal and then let you out at about 8 o'clock. But now they don't cook you dinner anymore, and you got to be in at 7 and out at 7. So it's a pretty tough life for those guys down there. And they're not a bunch of alcoholics. There's a room there that you can stay. Like if you're drinking, you got to stay in the drunk room there. But it's only once or twice a week that one guy comes in after he's had a few drinks. But you can't blame the guy, eh? Stuck in the... It's always the bottom guys that are feeding the top. But Prentice wants to know how to solve the deficit. Law enforcement. Reduction of law enforcement, and maybe an amnesty for the people that are in jail, because our jails go against the Geneva Convention. They got 3 guys in a cell for 24 or 23 and a half hours a day. I had to go to jail one time for something I didn't do, which was a good experience, but when I was there it was like hell and terrifying. And you can actually run with a criminal record, which I have for impaired driving when I was about 18. And also, I moved from Sundre, Alberta to Saskatchewan, and I ran to be the mayor of a little town called Leader, Saskatchewan, but all I got was arrested. My kid hit somebody and in the drugstore, and I got charged for assault, for spanking my kids, and then I ended up in the hospital because I was so tore up about it, because they kicked me out of my house. And right now I'm in this shit up to my eyeballs with the mental health. I ran against Prentice in the last by-election, and I was at an AA meeting, and some guy jumped on my back and they held me down on the ground till I thought I was gonna die. Then they took me away to the loony bin. So the last election I was in the loony bin, but now they got me on a community treatment order where they give me a needle and I don't get it in the ass. I take it in the arm, But anyway, it's a needle. Whether I like it or not, I got to take a needle and I got to take a bunch of drugs that they tell me to take. So I'm living under the gun, and I feel depressed when I take the needle and everything else. And I'm just doing this. Like, it would be a hell of a lot easier to do this if I wasn't on medication. Oh, we got a hitchhiker, a cameraman. Right on. He's going way. Where is he going? I got lots of money on me. We got ourselves a hitchhiker. Hopefully it's a guy. It's an Indian. We gotta get set up with the hitchhiker. There's the hitchhiker. Look at this guy. Hey, where are you headed?
Regina.
Regina. Yeah, I'm just doing a video, man. I'm actually running in the next election, but I can give you a drive to Medicine Hat.
Yeah, that works.
Throw your shit in the back and we'll get going.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just gonna have to hold.
Should I just put this in the back too?
Yeah, I'll get it. Need cigarettes?
Do I need some?
Yeah, you got some.
I got a few, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How's it going today?
Oh, so. Okay, I'm back. Just got a guy. You mind being on video?
No, you're doing video log diaries?
Well, I'm running in the election. You know, the big election. There's an election
For
Alberta. It's a big election.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, if you don't mind, I'm just making a video so that the people can see me, because I gotta try to win the election.
Yeah, you're actually helping people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't see this as helping somebody, but
Oh, hitchhiking?
yeah, imagine if you were walking down this highway to get around this bend right here. If you would put that on video.
Imagine going all the way to Regina.
Yeah, walking around that bend, even to get over there, that's like a 35-minute walk,
Yeah.
if not more. I got
What's your name?
Michael Belgard.
Oh yeah, are you native?
Yeah.
Okay, I always call you Indians, but I'm a cowboy, so that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make a joke actually when I see a cowboy all dressed up in his hat and his like whatever saddle and his boots and shit. I just go, "Hey, I'm glad to see we're getting along." Half the time they go, "What do you mean?" I go, "Well, cowboys and Indians, right?"
Yeah, actually, Indians have always been a big part of my life, and they've always been good to me.
Is this as far as your seatbelt doesn't go up?
There's another harness on the other side of it. It's like a lap belt. No, like you got to get this part of it.
Oh, okay. Gotta pull it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Older truck, eh?
Yeah. Well, at least we got some action on the video, so we got at least a two-way conversation going on here.
Rather than having a conversation with yourself, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've done a few video log diaries.
Yeah, we're driving a Chevy pickup, boys. She's a gooder. An old 75 Chevy. You want to run this camera?
Yeah. Would you like one?
Sure. I got bootleg cigarettes, eh?
Oh yeah, cheap
Not
ones.
too bad.
Number 7 red regular.
How old are you?
20 years old.
Just 20, eh?
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
Just came from BC.
Oh yeah, whereabouts?
Kamloops.
Oh yeah, what the heck were you doing there?
Killing time before work in May.
Oh yeah, what do you do?
Build grain bins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got a weld?
Pardon?
You weld them?
No,
Bolts
screws and
together?
bolts, yeah. With stucco in between the stuff for all waterproofing and
Give me
stuff.
some action on the camera. I got myself a cameraman. But anyway, when I'm 46, but when I grew up in a different era when before the cell phone, and we didn't have any video cameras or anything like that. The VHS movie was just coming out, and we had no cell phones, and we used to fly kites and shit like that for entertainment.
Yeah, it's a different kind of entertainment, eh?
But when I grew up, Canada was a peacekeeping country, which was kind of comforting because we didn't get into wars. We were just as a peacekeeper, that's what we did. But now we're getting into wars and nobody wants a war. Like the government, the way it is. See, I got these flyers that I was gonna, I'm actually want to see if you can get that flyer on there.
Yeah.
Anyway, doing power raking. You know what that is?
Like,
Raking grass.
with power equipment rather than hand raking.
Yeah. But I'm gonna finance my own campaign. So anyway, I got a criminal record for spanking my kids. And that was bullshit because that was about 10, 15 years ago, but they kicked me right out of my family, and I had a small baby, about 6 months old, stepdaughter and a 6-year-old son. So the RCMP basically ripped apart my family, and I got divorced, which was about the worst thing I ever did. But I ran away because someone called social services, my sister-in-law, for no reason, and I was scared that the authorities were going to take my kids away from the mother. And eventually, when I got divorced, the social services took our kids away. My ex-wife had her kids taken away, and she had to fight for them for about a year and a half. So all these government services kind of fuck you around, eh? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not entirely helpful.
How long you been on the road?
Only been on the road for about 3 weeks now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Took you out, you went to Kamloops and stayed there for a couple of weeks?
No, it was in Victoria. Me and my friend were traveling around and we split up in Caramas.
Do you have any money, or you're running broke?
Traveling broke.
Oh yeah.
I don't got work until May, so.
You gonna stay at Medicine Hat tonight?
No, I plan on getting to Regina. I'm gonna stay in Medicine Hat for 2 or 3 hours and try to panhandle it up for supper and stuff.
Might be able to help you out.
When's the election coming up?
Oh, it's May the 5th. But I gotta get 25 signatures to do it.
You need people from Alberta though, eh?
Yeah, people from Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
But I don't have to live in Medicine Hat to run in the election. And I'm actually from Sundre, Alberta, which is it's a beautiful country. It's like in the bush, like the forests. It's in the foothills of the Rockies. Like this is like a desert down here.
Yeah, you're pretty far west side.
My grandfather was an engineer, and he used to run trains out of Medicine Hat. And I've been in Medicine Hat, like I stayed in the Salvation Army down there a couple of times because I was trying to make an internet website deal for a couple of years for life insurance for my kids.
Yeah.
And I worked on it, and I was so broke, but I didn't want to go broke in Calgary because Calgary is a house of horrors. Like in the drop-in center in Calgary is like a fucking. You got like 2,000 people staying in one little building.
7 floors, yeah.
Did you stay there before?
I didn't stay there. I stopped in there for lunch one time to see what they had to offer.
Yeah, that's about it though, eh?
Yeah, I never stayed in. I don't stay in shelters. That's why I got such a big bag.
Yeah, you're almost better off not to, eh?
Yeah, you meet a lot of shitty people sometimes.
What are your plans for your future? Like, do you see that there's problems in the government? Like, too much, like, we're in debt and all that, but there's too much law enforcement. Like, we don't need that many police. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to do pointless things like pull people over for broken lights or harass street people.
Exactly. That's what the jail's full of people
that don't need to be in there.
You put them 3 in a cell, it goes against the Geneva Convention.
3 in a cell? It's supposed to be 2?
It should be, three people in a cell is pretty tight, you know what I'm saying? And then, they keep you in there for 23 and a half hours a day.
Yeah.
So that's like almost cruelty.
Better grow to like that person.
Let's hope not too much though, eh?
Yeah. Drop the bar of soap. What do you plan to do if you do get elected?
Then I plan on doing the job. Like, people will call me with problems, and then I'll have to, like, say they've got an issue with a certain government sector, then I'll make a phone call for them and tell them that this is the MLA and I need to get some action on whatever the problem is. So that's about all I can do is phone and try to put the heat on the organization that they're having a problem with. Because the constituents will call me, eh?
Yeah.
But you get $79,000, I heard, for research and communication. And that's why you get a lot of mail with a bunch of bullshit in it. But what I could use that money for is I could use it to promote Medicine Hat. I could put ads in every little small town paper all over Alberta for only about $250 a week. And I could advertise Medicine Hat for businesses.
Try to boost their economy a bit.
Yeah.
Bring in some more funds for the city.
We get some more work for the people.
Yeah.
There's a lot going for Medicine Hat because they got the Trans-Canada Highway, and they've also got there's a pallet factory there that makes pallets for the skids. So if you had something you needed to ship, they've got a plant that makes pallets, and they've also got railway. So they got everything there that you need.
You kind of need to be able to ship out things, export and import.
Yeah, plus it's close to the border, which I can't go across the border, but I'm allowed to run in the election with a criminal record, eh? Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, you can't cross the border, but you
Want
can.
one of these bootleg ones?
Sure. Thank you.
And they taste better because there's no tax. You got a treaty card and everything, or?
I don't have my card, but I have my number.
Oh yeah, that's
The lighting of the lighters was simultaneous.
What?
If you look over the video, you'll see that we both lit our cigarettes at exactly the same time.
good. You see that on the video though? Probably not.
No, you
can only
can-
see me in the light.
Yeah, you can't see me. From over here. So it's like,
Yeah, we got 3 hours of video and we got a couple hour drive. Yeah, that's cool, man.
there, now you and I are on the video.
Wonder how good they can hear us.
I don't know. How is your reception for your audio on this
It's
thing?
not too bad. There's all the wall up my window. This truck's loud though, right?
Yeah, the engine's going to be a very visible
You
sound.
can just watch us talk. I look pretty good when I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? Even if they can't hear what I'm saying,
Yeah.
they can still look at me. They gotta see me because if I just put up a sign and they, like what I want to do is build a website or else make a YouTube video and then I can make a sign on the street saying YouTube video and then they can go there and look at me.
Do you have Facebook?
No, but I don't think I want to. It's too technical for me, Facebook right now.
Yeah, Facebook would really help you because you can create a page.
Are you hungry right now?
No, I ate breakfast.
I got some stuff here. Anyway, I don't know how much more action we'll get on the video. We'll just let it run. I used to have a helper, but sometimes when you get your helper, when you know I'm good enough, you can just drive and not talk, eh?
Yeah, just enjoy the surroundings. In BC, you don't see clouds like that.
Oh, yeah.
Not at all.
How far away is Regina?
About 500 kilometers from here.
Got a place to stay when you get there?
Yeah, I've got a house with my brother.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, we're renting a basement suite.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm just enjoying my time before I start work.
yeah. How much an hour do you get?
When I work, it's not an hourly wage. I get paid 2 cents a bushel.
2 cents a bushel.
Yeah.
You make much money?
For the smallest one, that's 7,500 bushels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that works out to be like $140.
Oh, you build one in a day?
2 in a day.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad then, eh?
Yeah, it's pretty good if we get the work. Like if it's consistent, it's really good. But sometimes you don't get the job. So sometimes you're sitting on like $300 a week.
Oh, yeah. Did you get a high school?
Only grade 10.
You gotta get yourself on the road. Fast. And school doesn't. The only thing school does for you is you don't have to go back and get it. But a friend of mine only has grade 6, so when he's looking for a job, you tell him, I've got half a grade 12.
Immediately they're like, no.
No, I'm saying he's only got grade 6, but he used to tell him, I got half a grade 12. That's half a grade 12, but he only got grade 6. But he's one of the smartest guys I know. If I was you, I would, to get a job, I'd even lie and tell him I got grade 12. Just to have it. I doubt if they even check it out, right?
I don't know. Some places would, I'm pretty sure, like capital corporation.
Got a criminal record?
Yeah, right now I'm dealing with that. Because the charge that I have isn't true, so...
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. And they just dropped another charge that I had that was untrue, too. They charged me with assaulting a police officer.
Really?
Yeah. Because the cop beat me up and then he charged me.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right, yeah.
Yeah. And I took him to court and I represented myself and got off the charge.
Yeah, one time I was in the Calgary Stampede. But anyway, I sat down and I asked this girl if I could sit down and have a cigarette with her. And I had a cigarette with her. Went in the liquor store, bought a beer. And then I went across the street and I went to an AA meeting and I drank my beer and went to an AA meeting. The next day I was in the Marta Loop where I grew up. And I seen a cop car, so I waved him over because there was a girl downtown there was a pimp and a girl screaming, and I was the only guy that was man enough to chase him down downtown. But then the whole gang was on me. Anyway, the next day I went to get another beer, and when I opened up the door, she says, "You touched me, you're getting charged with sexual assault." So I ran away to where I grew up, but I got charged for fucking damn near rape. For talking to this broad, and then I had to go to jail for 2 weeks on that kind of a charge. So just the fact I'm still walking proves I didn't do it. But then the police, I had an alibi because they would have had video surveillance of me buying a beer, which her story wouldn't have jived. She said I grabbed her on the street and everything else, but I actually bought a beer because she ran the liquor store. But it turns out she was on crack. A friend of mine went to treatment with her.
Yeah.
But I think they got this victim service reward. So people that get, like, she probably got a cash reward for being a victim of crime. So that's on that. But I never got convicted because I never did it. I had to be on bail for about 18 months. My lawyer, in 8 days before the trial, she quit on me. And then anyway, I was looking at a jury trial, but I ended up in the hospital. I went to the hospital in Medicine Hat because I was so fucking stressed out over it all. But now I ran in the last election, but I was in an AA meeting and a guy, I was trying to get to the podium to tell the people about anonymity, like you're not supposed to break your anonymity on the level of press, radio, and film. Like you're not supposed to say I'm an AA member on TV like I am now.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then I told the chairman to step outside, that he would have kicked my ass. But anyway, this one other AA guy works as a jail guy. He works in the jail because when I got taken to jail for that fake charge, he was running the gate. Anyway, so I'm in the AA meeting standing there, and then he grabs me by my wrist and bends me down and puts me on the ground like I was in jail. And he puts his knee on my back, and this other fucker held me down. And it was a hard place to find, but they held me there until the police came. And I just about thought I was going to fucking die because I couldn't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
And then they took me to the loony bin. And then this was during the last election. So I was in the mental hospital, but now when they let me out, they put me on what they call a community treatment order. And they give me a needle once a month, whether I like it or not, for medication. So I'm fucking, when I get the needle, I'm depressed, like I'm not my same self.
Yeah. The imbalance of drugs that they've given you?
But I have no choice but to take the drugs. Otherwise, they lock me up. So, just more government bullshit. But even the mental health system is, like the jails, is a bunch of poor bastards asking for $1 and they got to go to jail for $250 because if you ask for $1, you get a fine for $250.
Where? In Medicine Hat?
Well, in Calgary, probably. Medicine Hat, probably.
Huh.
But might give you some lunch money.
Would you be able to pull over so I could take a piss? Just wherever the next place, safe place to stop would be. Yeah, Medicine Hat last time I was
Have you
out
been
there.
drinking?
A couple beer.
I just smelled it on you. That's
Yeah,
okay though. You're only walking anyway.
Yeah, because I would have had a hangover and had a headache and stuff. I don't drink to get drunk. I drink to level myself out now. You know what it's like being an addict in nature?
I do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a fine for that too. Piss.
Pissing in public, yeah. I don't know. I agree with laws and having the idea of it. Just when it's used improperly, like say for street people, somebody who doesn't have a home and somebody who doesn't have money or a stable way of getting work. Like people always yell at me, "Go get a job, go get a job." I've got a job, but I don't have money.
Yeah, like you need money to work too, eh? Like you can't go to work with nothing. Like
You can't drive to work. You can't hop on the bus. You can't do anything
Without
without.
a driver's license?
Yeah, it's invalid right now.
Oh, yeah. You still got it though, right?
Yeah, I still drive.
Oh, did you get it impaired?
Pardon?
Did you get it impaired or anything, or just
No, I
ran out on you?
just haven't been able to renew it. Haven't had the money for it. Yeah, I've driven
One good
it.
thing about Saskatchewan, I ran to be a mayor in small town Saskatchewan. But anyway, one good thing about Saskatchewan is the insurance is a bit cheaper down there.
It's pretty expensive in Alberta.
Well, I got cheap insurance, that's one good thing. I've had the same insurance company for like a decade. One time I went through 25 trucks in 6 months or a year. One time.
You're not a recovering alcoholic, are you?
Supposedly, yeah. Alcoholic. But I was drinking last week. It's not an easy thing, but one thing they could do in Medicine Hat is to have a recovery center for alcoholics. They don't have that there. But they do have a good AA program there. They got a clubhouse, so they got like an Alano club that people can go to. They've also got an AA clubhouse. So they got pretty damn good AA there. They got a meeting at noon every day. And they got a pretty good library. They got not a bad Salvation Army, but they used to give you like a home-cooked meal, but now they don't do that anymore. They kick you out at 7 in the morning and then you can't go back till 7 at night.
You have to be a resident and they don't feed you?
Yeah, they don't feed you anymore. But there's a place where you can get a free dinner in Medicine Hat every night. So they kind of got their bases covered. But in a lot of ways, I'm for the small guy, the bottom end guy, you know, which is going to be me because I might actually end up staying in the Salvation Army myself because I'm busted out. Like, I had to borrow a few bucks from my mother because it cost $500 to run in the election.
Your mom's still alive?
Yeah, she's 75.
How old are you?
46.
Well, that's pretty awesome that your mom's still kicking.
Yeah. It gets hard when you get older, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, even for myself, like I always worked hard all my life, but now I'm getting old. Like I was in the firewood business for 20 fucking years.
Splitting and cutting and...
Yeah. I used to sell firewood by the wheelbarrow loads to apartments and condominiums. That was the idea when I was a kid. So we used to make pretty good money when I was a kid selling firewood. And I was a young buck. I could knock on doors till I could sell it all. I hate knocking on doors.
Yeah, I've got a tent and I need a better sleeping bag. I've been stopping in at thrift stores in different cities, but no city seems to have good sleeping bags.
Well, I got some Mexican blanket.
Those are pretty good. Poncho?
At least I got a truck.
You're talking about a poncho?
It's like a Mexican blanket. No, it's a blanket, but it's like a poncho.
Yeah, it's
same
knitted
material. Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty warm.
Yeah, I'll probably stay in my truck. I could almost hire you. You want to stick around?
For what?
Oh, I need a guy to do power raking. Have to deliver a bunch of flyers and shit. You're probably better off just to keep on trucking. Otherwise you're gonna get like I'm not I can only pay I don't know what
I gotta be in Regina by the 15th, so
yeah. May 15th?
Yeah. April 15th. 3 days from now.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Go to court?
No, on the 16th I have a meeting with South Saskatchewan Independent Living Center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I only got my grade 10 and they're helping me get my grade 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing it does for you by getting your grade 12, you don't have to go back and get it, but try to enjoy your time to get finance, because that's the best time of your life is high school. You're still fairly young, eh?
Yeah. I'm only 20.
Yeah, I only voted a couple times in my life. Like I always thought there's no point in voting. I voted one time and I thought I was going to get myself on some kind of list for tax evasion or something. And I voted for myself to be the mayor.
You can vote for yourself?
Yeah.
Huh.
I can't vote for myself in Medicine Hat though, because I don't live there. Kind of funny, eh? If I did win, I got to spend a lot of time in Edmonton, like a certain amount of time of the year the legislature sits. So you got to be in Edmonton to sit in on the legislature.
For like 3 months or something?
All I'll be is a shit disturber. There's another guy up where I come from who's running as an independent. At least he could second my motion. You know how you make motions? Like I move that we lower the price of speeding tickets. I second the motion. Yeah. They raised everything. Like they just did a budget and they taxed the living shit out of everything: cigarettes, booze, up cigarette prices, healthcare,
Yeah, it's like 15%.
tax.
Yeah. One thing that needs to happen, I believe, across Canada is that the minimum wage needs to be higher.
Yeah, but you can only go so high because what needs to be, minimum wage doesn't need to be higher, the price of everything needs to go down. Because the price of fuel was cheap, but they taxed it again, but everything's too expensive. And then if you're hiring people, you can't afford to pay them minimum wage. But when I first started working, it was $6 an hour. Cameras covered up. Yeah, when I first started working, it was $6 an hour. But the price of everything's gone up, but the wages have stayed the same.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
You're better off working like you do piecework. That way you can take a break and you don't feel like if you work by the hour, you gotta work every minute of the hour, but if you work like you do piecework, you can take a break whenever you want.
Not with my boss. My boss gets us to work 14 hours a day, and when the day's done, then that's when the day's done.
Your brother work there too? Does your brother work there too?
Would I rather work there?
No, I say, does your brother?
Oh, no, he doesn't work. He's not working right now because he's under a program that doesn't allow him to work. I miss these clouds.
Oh, you do, right?
Yeah, being in BC, you don't see them. You just don't see clouds like this. They're all gray all the time. The entire sky is gray. Or it's blue, gray or blue. The last time you drank was last week?
Yeah. Didn't drink a lot. You don't have to drink a lot to fuck things up.
Do you have somebody who edits your clips for you?
No.
You do it yourself?
No, it'll be just one big video.
One bit?
I don't know if the sound is going to work for us, so probably not.
If you get on the internet, you would be able to put this onto the internet and sell it to me. Then I'd be able to edit it for you. Like make the sound quality better and cut out different parts of the video that wouldn't be good for your campaign. Like I don't know. It's all corporate materialism, right? In order to whatever, be a mayor or be elected for politics. I don't know. Most people aren't going to sit down and watch a 45-minute video.
They're gonna. No, they won't. But if they want to, they can see me. Because otherwise, all they'll see is a sign, like it says "Long Shot Phillips." Did you read one of those?
I drank a ton of water already. I wake up and drink like 2 or 3 cups of water when I wake up.
There's a truck stop in Medicine Hat, eh? I don't know if that'd be a good place for you to hitchhike from. I could take it right to the other side of town.
Yeah, that'd be good. Let's get back on the highway. Yeah, I'm trying to surprise my friends today. Because they all think that I'm going to be back on the 15th, but if I show up, today's the 12th?
I don't know for sure. Awesome.
Yeah, today's the 12th. So if I show up today, then they'd all be like, what?
What time is it?
10 o'clock, 10:30.
Shit.
Oh, it's actually
I was
11:30.
looking for my telephone.
Right here?
Okay, good. Thanks.
Yeah. It's 11:30.
Yeah, you might make it.
I don't know. I should definitely make it. It's only 4 hours away from Medicine Hat. It all really depends on who's going to stop and pick me up. There's so much propaganda against hitchhikers. Like,
It's actually illegal now, too.
it's illegal
Yeah.
in Alberta.
So, in BC it is.
I knew that it was illegal in BC to pick up a hitchhiker. Like if you were to stop and pick me up, then it would be you getting charged, not me. But that's why when I'm in BC, then you just say, I'm carpooling with this person. He said he would stop here and pick me up. Yeah. So then they can't charge you. I'm paying you money to drive me here.
Before?
Yeah.
How'd you get to BC? Hitchhike there?
Yeah. Been to BC 3 times, and I went out to Montreal as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You hitchhike all the way to Montreal?
Yeah.
I've never been there. Was it nice there?
Yeah, it's a nice city. Right in the middle of the city, they got a mountain called Mount Royal. It's not very tall. It's only like 400 meters up, but it's still tall enough that if you climb it every day, that's a good workout. It's nice people. A lot of people pretend like they don't speak English though.
Yeah, panhandling fucking sucks, eh?
Medicine Hat, yeah.
Anywhere. It's so hard to get anybody to give you any money.
Yeah, sometimes. It all really depends on the people, not where you are, but the people.
Like in Calgary, they won't give you a wooden fucking nickel.
Yeah, Calgary kind of sucks.
But I had a bag full of money. Like when I was down and out, just before I asked the girl if I could have a smoke with her, I was in the Stampede, but I was downtown playing the drums on a whiskey barrel for some change. But anyway, I had to ask for $1, and I was waiting for someone like myself. You gotta ask 100 people. Finally, somebody gave me some money, and then I just naturally put some in another guy's hat. But a couple of days ago, I had a bag full of money, a nice little velvet whiskey bag full of change. And there was a guy with a sign, and you know the guys that walk in between the traffic,
Yeah.
they get a fine, like a $250 fine. I give them a bag full of money though. That made me feel good, but the only reason I do that is because I had to ask for $1. And I know how hard it is to get $1. But I was in Medicine Hat one time, and I asked somebody for $1, and then I thought to myself, I'll never fucking do that again. And I seen this guy that gave me $5 a year before that, so I asked him to give me $5 or give me some money. Maybe ask him. I got to get 25 signatures, to run in the election. That's kind of a pain.
But you need signatures for people in Medicine Hat.
Yeah, nomination signatures. What was your name again?
Michael. Yours?
Dave Fellows.
Dave.
Where were you this morning when you started to hitchhike?
Just outside of whatever that town was called that you picked me up from.
Calgary?
No,
Bassano?
Bassano, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a part of Calgary, but...
Well, not really. How did you get through Calgary?
I walked.
Walked right through that son of a bitch?
Yeah, because the bus drivers kept on sending me in the wrong way, so I ended up having an 11-hour day in Calgary.
Oh, shit.
Walking through there, catching the wrong buses, catching the wrong C trains. They kept on sending me west. I think it's obvious that I'm going east, right? We're trying
That was a
to...
real bitch for you, eh?
Yeah,
Panhandle in Calgary or no?
not at all, no. No, last time I was there, I tried panhandling and it was just absolute shit. Got cut off by other panhandlers, or people would come up and ask me for change, and it's just ridiculous. I'm doing the same thing you're doing. Why are you asking me for change?
Yeah, that was a good joke I had. Was I was driving a big Dodge diesel, fancy fucking snacks and everything. The guy was pushing a shopping cart, so I pulled my truck right in front of him and stopped him. And then I asked him with a straight face, "You got any extra change?" He'd be like, trying to give me 11 cents. Kind of funny though.
Yeah, then he would offer up his 11 cents, eh?
Yeah. That's what I always say. Humanitarianism starts at the bottom. People are more polite. It's lonely at the top. Maybe that's where I ended up.
It's easier to empathize if you've been in a situation before. A lot of people don't know what it's like walking down a highway because they've never hitchhiked.
How'd you get out to the city?
Pardon?
Where were you the day before you hit Calgary?
Kamloops.
Oh, really?
Okay. And a day before that, Penticton. A day before that, Carameus. And a day before that, Victoria.
Driving these same kind of trucks for 20 years. Since I was a kid, I had one of these trucks.
Kind of know the ins and outs of it then.
Well, yeah, they're pretty reliable, but they cost a fortune to run.
Use a lot of gas.
Quite a bit, yeah. The price of gas is so goddamn high that's the problem. But it was really low there for a while.
You would think that it would be cheaper in Alberta, eh?
Yeah, you think so. Wonder where all this power comes from. Dam somewhere, right?
I don't know.
cost you a fortune, eh?
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
How'd you earn your last money?
Pardon?
How'd you make your last cigarette pack?
Panhandle.
Oh, yeah. That's a tough job, man.
Yeah, I had a little bit of change left over from BC. Because when I was in what town was that? Just before Kamloops, somebody stopped at a Denny's and then they bought me supper and they gave me $20.
Got so much money because I got a lot to do. Like I got to put ads in the newspaper and stuff to get business, so I don't have a lot of extra money. It's almost like I'm a panhandler myself. So I'm heading to the Salvation Army. Maybe unless I sleep in my truck when I get there.
Personally, I prefer to just sleep in the truck. I don't like hostels. There's just some shitty people in there.
Medicine Hat's pretty good. There's only about 15 or 17 people.
That's not bad at all. Calgary, there's like a couple thousand.
Disability. Because I got taken to the living event one time. I got beat up by security guards one day, and then I was at a college the next day, and I'd ask the security guard, wanted to ask the security guard where the telephone was to phone the CFCN News and tell them I just had the living shit beat out of me by about 8 security guards. They were the security guard that I was asking. They were already looking for me in college. So I sat down beside some girl and said hello. And then they chained me up and took me to the hospital, but I couldn't, they wouldn't let me out for about 3 months. And then when I got out of there, I was on H, but they give me $1,588 a month. And then I run businesses on top of, like I run my own companies above and beyond that for cash. Lucky because you can't get a welfare check in Alberta to save your life, eh? You're able to work. I think that like the Calgary Drop-In Center, I think they probably get about, I know the Salvation Army gets about $140 per homeless man that they put in there every night. They get $150 a head, so they're actually making money on the homeless people.
Yeah, they're making a lot of money. In Regina, it's $990 a month.
What they'll give you for welfare?
No, that's how much it costs to live in the Salvation Army. Because it's $77 a day.
That's what they get. Okay. Turning this off pretty quick, eh? The TV show.
Yeah.
Keep it going, but
Well, before it's done, this man right here, he picked me up on the side of the highway, and not a lot of people do it. Before he stopped, it was, what, 10:30 when he picked me up? Yeah, it was just before 10:30, and I got on the highway at 8:45 this morning. I was waiting for an hour and 45 minutes before somebody finally stopped and picked me up. All the other vehicles could have stopped and picked me up 10 minutes up the road inside of a vehicle. That's an hour walk. He's actually helping people.
people up. Well, I got a little bit of money on me. I'm packed in a fucking wad of money. But we'll see how tough I am if anybody tries to take my wallet today.
Yeah, I'm not into
Should have
that.
brought my antique fiddle.
Your antique fiddle?
Yeah.